Hi guys, so I'm doing this video without the audio, what I normally have, because I wanted to really try to get into just making the art. So as you can see here, I painted the background with acrylic paint, and I had some old handwriting which I printed on normal printer paper, and now I'm sort of merging it into the background. So as you can see, I stuck it on with a little bit of glue, but also with the paint that I'm using. And now I'm shaking up the paint. What I'm using is Vallejo fluid acrylics, and a lot of people already commented on this piece that it was so vibrant and so much color, but this is really, it has a lot to do with the quality of the paint, because this is artist quality. And artist quality is like the highest you can get, has the most pigments in it, and it's usually made from, you know, just better materials. So I don't want to use a paintbrush too much, so here I just decided to do it with one of those palette knives, and it gives a nice effect, a little bit rough around the edges, and gives you these blotches and spots that you're sort of, well, what I was looking for in this painting. So what I'm doing is just, you know, by looking at it and seeing how it works out, just adding a little here and there just to make it look better. Now I let this dry, then I came back with this bamboo pen. They sell them for 3 in a package, something like that. It's like $1. And what I'm using is black ink. It's just an Indian ink. Doesn't really matter what kind. You could even use a sort of a fluid acrylic ink. You know, the bamboo stick just makes it look more organic, so not the same width of lines, if you know what I mean. So it gives that, you know, just a little different feeling to the overall look. And you can play a lot with this. You can add as much as you like, or just a few pieces. And I had some comments asking about my pen work, so I'm going to be doing a video this week about how to start something and how to let it grow. And it's going to be the abstract thingy, so I can show you that. And then I'll discuss all the pens also, because pens are pretty important, that they don't bleed and they do stuff you really want. Okay, here I'm adding the acrylic paints. It's a turquoise color, of course, because it looks good on that rust brown color. And again, with the palette knife, I'm putting it on because that gives you just, you know, that rustic look. And really, the only thing that you have to do is look at your piece and think, okay, let's put a little blue on there, and then go from there. It sort of, you know, guides you when you see, you know, where you have it. And you sort of balance it out. It's just, you know, one of those things that looks good to you, doesn't have to look good to everyone. It's just about, you know, your personal taste in colors and patterns and stuff you do to it. So now I'm doing some really subtle little lines, just, you know, to bring those colors together. And doesn't always have to be big pieces of color. It can be like really little touches of color just to bring it together. Now I still think that there's something missing, so what I thought was I'd come back in with some sort of a paste thing. So I'm gonna let this dry again, then go get my paste and gold stuff. Oh no, first I'm gonna touch up that blue. Has to happen. So sometimes, you know, you just want it to be a little thicker, and you don't want to miss any spots, or you want to cover something, so then you'll have to come in with a brush. You could do this with the palette knife, but it would just take so much longer. So that's making it nice and opaque, because some parts I do like where it's really opaque, especially if you're going to put something on top of this. That's what I'm going to do in a bit. Yeah, here I'm sort of struggling, if I'm going to go forward or not. So then I thought, why not just drop some drops on it, because that makes it look cool too. You're just not really doing it with a brush, but just those few drips. Now if the paint were thinner, you would have those splatters, and I was thinking about that too, but then I thought, nah. So here I was testing something out, putting some white acrylic paint in those drops, but they sort of sank in, so you don't see them in the end. And here I'm putting some white dots on. All this is Vallejo fluid acrylics. It's a really nice material to work with. And the colors I do have were not all opaque. As you can see, the brown colors are semi-transparent. So sometimes you want to mix those, the opaque with the semi-transparent or transparent, and that sort of gives you a nice look. You don't really have to think about that, just think about your colors, and then the transparent and the semi-transparent will come later. But this is a lot of fun to do, and sometimes I just get carried away with all those dots because it's so fun to do. So now I'm gonna get my gold stuff, because I think it needs a touch of gold. And again, I do that with a palette knife. I put it on pretty thickly because I want to go through it with a comb. I already have the comb laying down there, so we're just going to spread it out and put it here and there. And then later I'll come in with a brush and give it a little bit more. But here you see the comb effect, so I think that, just adds to different textures. So now I'm going to come in with a brush and paint, and again it's going to be gold paint, just to give a little bit more of that shiny stuff to make it all look a little bit better. And that was it. So thanks for watching, guys. See you later. Bye bye.